Alrighty guys, welcome back to another one. We are going to shoot something a little bit weird in 10 gauge. I have some 2 3/4 inch shells loaded up. It's 10 pellets of double aught, and it is 33 cal double aught. I have my Browning out here just to show you that these do cycle through a Browning, but the gun we're going to pattern these with is my giant 36 inch H&R, 36 inch barrel. It's a model 176. First 10 I ever got. Now, the Browning has a 720 choke in it, and this measures 720. They're exactly the same. This is actually extra full for 10 gauge. Barrel says full, but it ain't. Here is the shells. I've got some other stuff on them, but I'll pull one out here and show you. Yep, 2 3/4 inch 10 gauge, and here's a 2 3/4 inch 12 gauge just to show you. They are the same height. There's a couple more. I have my crimps dialed in. These look great. That one crushed a little bit. That hole was weak. If you can't tell, these Remingtons have been fired a million times. These are the same shells you've seen me and Josh shoot over and over and over. Let's see, I've got 6 of these. They're all the same load. The rest of them is just stuff to cycle through the Browning. And the load data is, well, these anyway, are brand new unprimed Remington hulls, trimmed to 2 3/4 inch. 32 grains of long shot, a TPS wad, 4 pedal, 3/4 cut, 1/2 inch 20 gauge fiber cushion wad. And then we have 10 pellets of 33 cal double aught buck and BSB buffer. It was ITX, it has been rebranded, and a fold crimp. Pretty simple load, but let's see how they do. First shot's gonna be at 42 yards, and then we'll do home defense. If you want to use a 10 for home defense, then we'll step back to 15, 20, might stretch it out to 50 if they do well. I have 4 of these loaded up right now. I did check to see how many 2 3/4 inch shells this will hold. It holds 6 + 1 for a total of 7 rounds. With 3.5 inch, it's 4 + 1 for a total of 5 rounds. So you do gain 2 shots by moving to a 2 3/4 inch shell. But this being 10 gauge, do you want a 2 3/4 inch shell? Do you want a 2 3/4 inch shell, Josh?
Sure.
I don't know if everybody wants that. All right, I have 4 in here. I'm just going to shoot these into the hillside over there just to show you that these do cycle in the Browning. Just fine. And as you can see, all the primers look just fine. Brass looks just fine. Crimps look just fine. Seems to be a good load. One of them sounded a little bit weak. That's because I had it loaded with red dot. It was still 1 1/4 load. I just wanted to see if these would cycle. I didn't care how the load performed, obviously. It worked. It just sounded a little funny.
Let me turn the chronograph on here, guys. And yes, it might be slightly cheating a little bit with a 36 inch barrel, but it is what it is. We've got here a 2 3/4 inch 10 gauge hull. It's 10 pellets of double aught. He spoke on the rest of it there, but we're at 42 yards, more or less just see how fast it's running, but we'll see how that patterns while we're at it. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Move some of that other junk out. Ooh.
You know, I miss shooting this gun sometimes.
Yeah. About knocked that over. Anyways. Oh, you ready?
Yeah. 1549, it was cheating.
Hey, it looks like it's pretty good pattern.
Yeah, it does. 1549. I knew it was going to be high with that big 36 inch barrel.
Hull looks fine, busted primer, but like I said,
It happens.
this receiver or not,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it.
That gun, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't matter what barrel it's on it. That barrel, the Ultra Slug barrel, the other Ultra Slug barrel, the other 10 gauge barrel, sometimes the primers just bust. I think the firing pin's too long, or it's got a burr on it or something.
I don't know. Let's walk down here and see how that patterned.
Yeah, I'm just too lazy to fix it.
Well, all in all, guys, there's 8 of 10 on the paper. It's not too blowed out, I wouldn't say. I could say it only gets better as we get closer to it. But for 42 yards, I mean...
We have like a beach ball size pattern. Oh, no, all 10's here. There's a double right here.
Oh.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a 10th pellet flyer way over here. But what's there is really good. Shot a little bit low. That's fine. Let's see what they do at different distances now. Alright guys, we're at 7 yards now. Same load, same gun. And yes, I'm aware this is completely asinine. I could probably reach out there and touch this paper with this. But let's swing this fence post. That's a hole. Well, it didn't bust the primer that time. And the hull looks great, crimp looks great. These are pretty fun to shoot, pretty light on recoil. But let's see that pattern. Well guys, the holes are too close together to count. But if you look, we have one really bad flyer again. Maybe that's a reoccurring thing with this load, I don't know. But right here is the size of like a golf ball. That'd be ouchie.
I don't think an ouchie is the right word for it.
And right here's where the wad went through. That's a pretty good hole. Oh, yep, nope. It's not that easy with this thing, guys.
Dumb things, I'm telling you. He said it wasn't easy. I told him I thought it was.
He's probably had a lot better practice with that than me. Not with guns, but just in general.
I don't know if you saw it, but I managed to get like that high off my hand and catch it
Yeah,
again.
I caught it.
Uh-huh.
Swinging around a 12-pound shotgun like that, like it's nothing.
Alrighty guys, let's see how they pattern at 15 yards, 15 to 20. Still 10 pellet a double lot. There's still 10 pellets a double lot. I don't know, let's see what happens. That's the best pattern yet.
That's another hole, and it looks like another flyer.
Yeah. Hull looks fine,
Yeah.
like normal. Anyways.
Definitely still one more flyer.
Yep. Yep, alrighty guys, there's 8 of, or I guess excluding that one, there's 7 of the 10 and about a shell's length. And then there's 8 and 9, and I don't know if the 10th one went through with the water or what, but all in all, I mean, that's a pretty good pattern. Granted, it's only 15 yards, but anyways.
Really good pattern, but we definitely still have that flyer.
Sorry guys, the big bird just flew over. That's what I was staring at.
Oh. You guys ever just sit back and appreciate a really good crimp? That's beautiful. But we're at 30 yards now. Let's see how it goes. And look at that. That one busted the primer too. We've got to work on that firing pin, or whatever the issue is. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's sticking out pretty far.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, let's walk down here and see how it looks. Ain't that far of a walk.
Powder burns pretty good. Nice and clean.
Well, that's good.
Still, that's a really good pattern and no flyer this time that I can see.
Each time we get a little farther back, it gets a little lower down.
Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess you could call that a flyer, even though it's not really a flyer. Just depends on how you look at it, but that's a basketball size pattern. That's pretty good. 30 yards. French fries still holding up good.
Alrighty guys, well, they done good at 42. Let's see how they do at 50. You ready, sir?
Yep. I know one thing, they sure got there quick.
Yep.
Here in a second, guys, I'll run one over the chrono with my BPS just to see what that extra 8 inches of barrel really does.
Well, already guys, 50 might be starting to push it a little bit, but all in all, there's 9 of 10 on the whole entire board, one really high up here. But I was pretty impressed by this part right here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here anyways, and then there's 7 and 8. That ain't too horrible. I mean, that's...
Nope.
I feel like if you send that guy in back up at that distance, you probably got a pretty good shot, chance of accomplishing your goals.
Right, and we still have the flyer right there.
Yeah.
And
right there.
Our French fry. Our French fry's still holding up pretty good.
Hey, check this out. Anybody know what it is? It's a penny. I found a penny slug, or one of the penny slugs.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna see what this shorter barrel gives us. This is 28 inch instead of 36, 8 inches shorter. Let's see how fast this one's running. 954. That's a misreading. Let's try it again. All right, do-over. 1312. That's a lot more accurate. Looks like we gained over 200 FPS just by going up 8 inches in barrel length. That's pretty cool. I have 5 or 6 of these in here. I'm just going to get rid of the rest of them. Want fire?
No, that was what I was trying to do.
Empty.
Dang it.
Smoking.
I thought that'll work. Don't you hate when your cleaning rod's not long enough?
Yeah. And to finish this video out, we just have to do it with the 3.5 inch. This is, let's see, 32 grains of long shot, 70 thou nitro card, BPD 10 wad, 4 pedal, 3/4 cut, 1/4 inch 20 gauge felt, Mylar wrap, 18 pellets of double aught buck, and BSB buffer. Goodbye, Hall.
Is that a 690?
Yeah, it's 690.
Alrighty guys, I've got 5 690 round balls loaded into this thing here. Anyways, I'm gonna see if I can't hit this plate offhand with it. I ain't gonna shoot them real slow, but I ain't gonna shoot them real fast neither. Hope we'll see anyways.
All over the place.
For sure. Still fun though.
Yeah. Is there any left?
I know one's left for sure.
Okay. I'm not even aiming. I love this gun so much. This is gonna be difficult.
Alrighty guys, let's see if we can't bust this here clay with that rifled 32 gauge with a scope.
It's a rifled 32 gauge loaded with 11/16 ounce of number 9 shot. This is going to be hard, to say the least.
I'm just hoping I can throw in film.
I'm ready. Hold on, let me zoom. Okay, we're ready. Oh, I had it in my scope. I shot under it though.
I actually had it on film there for a second.
Oh well, I tried. So, Josh got these wasabi peas in the mail earlier. This can is down to here right now, and he has handed these to me and asked me to hide them from him.
They're like crack, man. They're addicting.
They are good. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with these. Now, we maybe could have used a little bit tighter choke for the longer range shots. Of course, that would have to be done with the BPS or the 23-inch barrel I have for that single shot. But these are pretty easy to load. I am using my converted Lee Loadall. It started off as a 12 gauge press. I converted it to 10 gauge, and I'm using now with it the OMV dies that you can get from Ballistic Products. Specifically, I'm using the Rebasator, I believe is how it's pronounced, tool. That's all I'm really using. I pre-crimp with the Lee, and then I use the OMV tool, and then I finish crimp it with the Lee, and it comes out pretty well. I did do a loading video on these showing how I put these together. That video will be live the same time this one is for those of you who want to see it. But other than that, thanks for watching, guys.